with this bye week, can you make the adjustments? Are you willing to make the adjustments that it's going to take to even have this conversation be a reality? Because right now it's not for me. But can you make enough adjustments? Can you turn on the tape, see what we see, and try to make the adjustment to add something different to your repertoire right now that currently is not there?
Yeah, it's how are the people in the building watching this tape and evaluating their team? Are they watching it and saying, man, we're playing really good, we're just like one or two plays away? Or are you really taking a look and say, okay, there are flaws in what we are doing, how we're attacking the game from an offensive perspective? Now, the defense, there's things you got to work on, of course, just like everything. Every team, the best teams in the world that's ever been, the 2019 LSU Tigers had to work on things 5 games into the season, right? Well, let's not forget how good this defense is and has been. I don't know. I can't say the rest of the schedule. Is there a team that runs the tempo that Ole Miss does? But that is the best way to attack this defense, is to go tempo, because you take him out of a lot of the creative things Blake Baker can do. But I still think LSU defense is a bad matchup versus any offense in the SEC that I'm looking at right now. I don't care. South Carolina, Vanderbilt, Alabama look great on offense, great. Texas A&M, Oklahoma, whatever it is. I don't care who it is. LSU's defense is still a bad matchup for anybody. So that gives me hope. But it's how is the offensive side in that building, within those walls, how are they viewing their performance thus far in the season?
Yeah.
Are they saying, man, we're this close away, we just got to execute a little bit better on what we're doing? Or are they going to say, what we're doing is not good enough?
Yeah.
So let's change it. Let's make some adjustments. It's not a wholesale change. We're not ripping everything to the studs.
Right, but that's a as you know, and that's what you're alluding to. That's a different conversation.
It's a huge. I mean, it's night and day, right? It's like, all right, we have to change our scheme, and then the problem is are you? We talked about this on Monday, right? Though you got to be willing and you got to be able.
Yep.
Like, are the adjustments that need to be made? Can you do that? Was there ever a foundation of those changes? And we're talking about, like running game. Let's just simplify it. Running game, power plays, more counter plays.
Yeah.
Adding those. Was there the foundation and the principles of those blocking assignments, of those plays, of those mindsets, of the track for the running back? Were those set in the spring?
Yeah.
Was that foundation set in training camp?
Right.
And just hasn't been a part of a game plan?
Yeah.
Because I can tell you, 1 week's not long enough to install power and get good at it.
No.
Just because you're going to run it doesn't mean you're good at it.
Yeah.
So, what are those changes? Or it's all about the mindset. How are you going to attack it? You can't put too much on people. You can't put too much on the kids to learn, but you do have to make some changes, because obviously what we're doing is not working.
Yeah, and so that's a great breakdown, because that's my thought process too. Like, are you going to look at the tape and be like, actually make a play here, make
one
a play
block
there?
here?
Yeah, well, because that's not right now. It's not the.
And even if that is the case, like we've watched film, right? We've watched film of the Ole Miss game, and some of these plays, like let's take the 2-point conversion that we studied on Monday. It's one block away from walking into the end zone.
Yeah.
So those are little things. Like, maybe it's the messaging.
Yeah.
The coach's messaging to the linemen, to the tight ends, to the running back, on the teaching of, this is what we're doing. This is the goal of this play. Maybe take some calls away from the offensive linemen, because they're chirping to each other a lot.
Yeah.
They're making a lot of calls. Maybe simplify the calls. Like, all right, you have 2 calls on this running play.
Yeah.
It's either this or that. You don't have 4 or 5 calls. Yeah. And you know what? If it's not the absolute, so this is what coaches do sometimes. They try to make every play and every call and every assignment, they try to give the kids or the players the ability to make every play perfect.
Yep.
Running scheme. All right, this guy is, okay, his leverage on me is not head up. He's about 3 inches to my left, so I'm going to make a call because I got better leverage. Like, they try to make everything perfect. Football's not a perfect game. It's about playing at 100%. And sometimes I see those linemen looking around. Their eyes are a little undisciplined. They're not sure of who they got, because, if the center and guard communicate on a blocking scheme, well, that's got to be relayed relayed to the tackle.
Yeah.
And then if there's a tight end, that's got to be relayed to the tight end. Like, everybody has to be familiar. And then the running back, he needs to know kind of the gist of what they're calling as well.
Yeah, at running back, if you're just getting the football and you're trying to react after the fact and you don't know what the offensive linemen are trying to get done in front of you,
right?
Yeah, that's a problem because then you're not playing full speed.
And when we talk about communication, it's like, there's 5 offensive linemen, there's 4 defensive linemen usually, and then there's linebackers behind them. So those 5 are going to block 5. Somebody's going to the next level to block a linebacker, but depending on the front, depending on where the defensive tackles line up in the gaps, it could be the center that goes to the second level. It could be the guard, could be the tackle. It could be somebody different every single play.
Yeah.
They're getting confused on those looks. What it looks to be. It looks, so I think you could go and simplify a lot of the things you're doing and say, hey, guess what? Lineman, offense. It's not going to be the exact perfect play, but I want you to fire off. Because, as a running back,
yes,
even if a lineman misses a block or doesn't get the perfect block, if he does it full speed and he shows you where he's getting beat, it gives you a read. Like, if I throw at a linebacker's outside shoulder and he swims inside, as long as I threw and made it obvious to the running back that I attacked him and he's beating me, at least I know where I'm getting beat at. The worst thing to do is to be unsure of who you're blocking and kind of pitter-patter in the hole and not attack. You got to engage, right?
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I don't care if the call's not right. Engage. Engage full speed.
Yeah. That cleans up a lot. And that's a great point. Even if you're wrong sometimes, if you're adamant in what you're doing, even if it is sometimes like not perfect like you're talking about. Like, I'm supposed to be head up on this guy, but I'm on the outside shoulder of this guy blocking-wise. But you're doing it with authority, then that cleans it up for me, the running back there. And, I think part of it is because of the scheme, as we've talked about, and having options to throw on most of these run plays. Like, so that gets that half a second, full second off for the offensive lineman where their feet are flat. Mm-hmm. Your feet never want to be flat on a running play. And so what we're talking about is just, and we said it yesterday, we'll say it again, like, just go to the line. Here's the run call. Here's what it's going to be. Let's do it.
Yep. You got 2, maybe 3 calls.
Yeah.
But it's not, and we've talked ever since when we watched the Clemson film, like, we've kind of talked about it, just you and I texting back and forth. It's like, it looks like they're trying to be too perfect. Looks like they're thinking too much. They're trying to, I'm supposed to guard and tackle. I'm supposed to give presence to the guy the center's on. I'm supposed to give him a good arm and then work up to the second level.
Yeah.
It looks like they're trying to be perfect. So perfect that they're not getting to that second level. So perfect on their first assignment, they're not doing their main assignment.
Yeah. It's like, this is the book. It says hand placement here, and then this guy's going to come take over here. And that's good in the playbook when you're drawing the lines right there.
Yep.
But sometimes, like, if you've got a combo block and for whatever reason, so I'm the guard and I'm on the defensive tackle, and the defensive tackle, right, he's not disciplined. He's going to go try to do something outside of what the call calls for. Well, I'm chasing. Let that guy go. That guy took himself out of the play.
Yep.
And then you have to quickly say, okay, well, my assignment was to work from this defensive tackle to the linebacker. And if the defensive tackle immediately, let's say he just goes inside, but you were trying to get to his outside shoulder anyway, let him go.
Yeah,
and go to the next level immediately. Mm-hmm. And then if you do that with authority, then that cleans it up for the running back. So it sounds like a small thing, but like in the scheme of things, it just makes a clean picture for the guy and the ball carrier. And hope is they worked on that and got some of that done and continue as you get ready for South Carolina.
Just kind of like loop back to the original question. Can they get it fixed? Yes, they can. But they have to be very intentional about what they're changing, what they're adding, what they're taking out, but very intentional about on the coaching points and how we can actually make changes that the guys can handle and being installed in a week and a half. So coaching has to be very intentional.